Family farming and ranching traditions have always been a vital part of the fabric of our country. For generations, hard-working family farmers and ranchers have prided themselves on the ability to provide their families and consumers with clean, healthy, great-tasting foods. Unfortunately, most of today's food production system is very different. Niman Ranch, however, has stayed true to the values and practices that were the foundation of this traditional way of life. Niman Ranch works with independent U.S. small family farmers and ranchers that manage land and water resources sustainably while raising animals humanely.
Sustainable agriculture is just words within the industry right now. But we at Niman Ranch take it very seriously, where the same ag practices can be practiced for generations without an effect on the environment. Think about that. If the farmer's doing things right, not only will his kids be able to do the same, but his grandkids, his great-grandkids, and so on. You don't use up the land, you don't use up the water. You're very cognizant and cautious about the entire environment, making sure that it can sustain the ag practices that you perform. Here at the JACA Ranch, this is a perfect example. Inez and Elias JACA are fourth generation. Their son Martin and Susan are fifth generation, and their kids, Martin and Susan's kids, are sixth generation. This is what's called sustainable agriculture.
Niman Ranch follows the animal husbandry practices. That means that the pigs are raised outdoors in pastures or in bedded pens. And we don't allow confinement of any kind, no antibiotics, no meat products in the feed, no hormones, that kind of thing. The diet that our pigs have is a vegetarian diet. Niman Ranch farmers have to be owners and be taking care of the animals on a day-to-day basis, which is a little different than absentee factory farm owners. In fact, it's much different.
The meat used in all Niman Ranch products comes from more than 650 small U.S. family farms and ranches that make up the Niman Ranch family. With more and more consumers demanding to know the source of their food, where it comes from, and how it is raised, several influential voices are leading a sea of change.
So where did this idea, or when did you start, or did you start this immediately, the idea of food with a conscience?
At the beginning, it was just about freshness. And I started to get curious about where the food came from. And the first experience that I had was with the pork. I was looking for a new pork supplier. And so I read this article about some farmers up in Iowa under the name Niman Ranch who were raising pigs outdoors or in deeply bedded pens in the winter and never giving them antibiotics or growth hormones. And so I got some samples of this pork, and it was awesome. I mean, it tasted so much better than the stuff I was using.
But didn't it cost you so much more?
It did, but I said, well, what about the other stuff? And they said, well, that's raised in confinement. And so I went and I saw that. I saw what that meant. And it really makes you sad. And I knew that I didn't want my success or the success of Chipotle to be based on that kind of exploitation. So we switched to all of this outdoor raised pork.
If the question is what to serve at a beach barbecue, the answer's got to be hamburgers. But I'm not talking about some weird flavor hamburgers. I'm talking about the classics, but with great ingredients so the volume's turned up. I'm starting with 2 pounds of ground beef. Not just any ground beef. I use Niman Ranch ground beef.
So this is pork from Niman Ranch, and it is a...
it's a butt.
A butt.
But not from the behind, it's from the shoulder.
From the shoulder.
And it's from Paul Willis's farm in Thornton, Iowa. He was a legendary hog farmer. So.
Doesn't this look good? Wow.
Consumers, leading chefs, and retailers alike are embracing this change.
One of our goals at 18 Oaks is to support small farms and family farms. And we know that by using Niman products, we are ensuring that those small mom and pop farms are being taken care of. the ranchers that are there getting their hands dirty every day, working the land, working the cattle, really investing themselves in their product, and it shines through when we serve that steak to the guest.
It makes people feel good about what they're eating because they know the ethics behind it. People are becoming more and more concerned with where their food comes from and how it's raised. It really puts the diners in the restaurant at ease, and it causes repeat customers. People want to come back.
Quality is number one when it comes to putting dishes on our menu. I mean, our clientele are the movers and shakers, the power people in the city. Mayor Daley is in and out all the time, and we really want the best for our clientele because they expect the best, and Niman Ranch products are fantastic. We love that they come from sustainable farms. For me, flavor has always been number one, and quality. And we knew that we had that in the Niman Ranch product.
The flavor of the product is incredible. To me, it tastes like beef and pork used to taste many years ago. It's definitely a product that's top-notch.
For me, what sets Niman Ranch apart from other natural meat companies is the flavor. Our motto here is the truth is in the taste. We firmly believe that animals that have been treated better taste better.
Why do you come to MARCZYK's Burger Night?
Because it's the only place to be. Seriously, the hamburgers are that great. They're just amazing and awesome. I refuse to eat hamburgers anywhere else. Niman beef melts in your mouth.
I looked at Mac and I said, I don't know what it is, but there's something about these burgers that it just does it for me. It is absolutely the meat.
Today, more than ever, consumers are asking questions about the origin of their food. They care. Niman Ranch cares. Give them a brand they can trust.